Hey yogis, it's Sina here, the Yoga Apothecary. In today's flow, we continue our A to Z of Wellbeing series. D stands for dream. So grab a towel and your water, and I'll meet you on the mat. Dreams are important. They create the intrinsic motivation to help achieve your goals in life. Imagining what could be, drawing from your past achievements and successes to imagine new possibilities. It allows people the opportunity to project it into wishes, hopes, and aspirations. What 3 wishes would you make to heighten your health and vitality? What about your yoga practice? What can you draw upon from your past experiences and strengths to work towards those wishes? Do you have a friend, a yoga instructor, or a mentor who can assist you in brainstorming possibilities of what to pursue and how to create an action plan? Consider experimenting with journaling and reflection along the way so you can track your progress. When I first became a yoga instructor, one of those poses I wanted to achieve was Titibasana. Today on the mat, we will play with this pose and some options to make it more accessible. We will meet at the top of our mat in child's pose. Meeting on our mat as we come to a child's pose, knees wide, toes touch, and arms can come long on the mat in front of you. Maybe your forehead or chin rests on the mat. Maybe it doesn't. Coming into this sacred space this time for you and for your practice. Start to take a quick body scan starting at your fingertips. Notice the palms, your forearms, elbows, knees, shins, and toes. And just notice the quality of your breath and maybe how the body moves with your inhale and exhale. As we begin to lengthen our breath, we'll inhale through the nose, fill up the belly, spread the ribs wide. Send the breath as if to your toes and open the mouth and let it out. Another, inhale through the nose, fill up. Spread the ribs wide, send the breath through that root chakra, Mula Bandha, and then back out through the mouth. As we begin the Ujjayi breath, victorious breath, we'll inhale through the nose, seal the lips, and exhale through the nose, constricting the throat. Let's take one together. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose. Know that this Balasana child's pose will always be available to you at any time in this practice. I am here as your guide on the side. On your next inhale, slowly start to walk the fingertips over to the right side of your mat. Maybe the left palm stacks on top of the right. Sink the hips back a little deeper. Spread through the ribs, especially on the left side body. We inhale through center, walking the hands over to the left side of the mat. Maybe the right palm stacks on top of the left. Sink the hips back a little deeper, spreading ribs, especially now on the right side body. And as you inhale, we'll slowly make our way back to center. As we inhale, come up to a tabletop pose. Stacking the knees under the hips, wrists come under the shoulders. Neutral spine, flat back, crown is long. As we exhale, poppy pose, walking the hands forward, stacking the hips above the knees. Maybe the chin or forehead touches the earth, or maybe it floats. Take another breath in. And as you exhale, start to graze the hands on the fingertips. We come back to tabletop pose. Take an inhale. And as you exhale, walk the hands back out and come down to the earth. meeting in a Sphinx pose. So the elbows come underneath the shoulders, palms stay flat, or you can interlace the fingers. Pulling the shoulder blades, elbows locking under the shoulders, opening up the heart space, gazes forward. Slowly, softly come back down. Palms are outside of the ribs. Press your way back to tabletop pose. From here, inhale, cow pose. Drop the belly, open the heart space, gaze to the clouds, soft bend the elbows. Exhale, cat pose. Create a C shape with the spine. Relax the head and shoulders. Inhale, cow pose, drop the belly, open the heart space, gaze to the clouds. Exhale, cat pose, create a C shape with the spine, relax the head and shoulders. Find some dynamic movement. Maybe it's a sway of the hips from side to side. Maybe you gaze over one shoulder and the other, opposite your hips. Or maybe you press back through a child's pose and then into a cow-cat pose. Take one more at your own breath and pace. As we come back to our tabletop pose, start to kickstand this left leg out to the side. Press through your left palm. Come on the pinky edge of this right foot and extend your right hand up into this modified gate pose. You're welcome to stay here, and you can move this arm from this position, and as you exhale, you can move the arm forward, staying exactly in this movement. Or, if it's in your practice, float this right foot up, flex the foot, take an inhale, and exhale, lower. Inhale, exhale, one more, inhale, and exhale. Awesome. Coming back down to the tabletop pose. As we come to the other side, we'll kickstand the right leg out, come up on the ball of the left foot. Same options here. Left arm's going to reach. You can simply stay here and on the exhale, bring the arm forward. Or if it's in your practice, we'll start here. Floating this left foot up, inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale, and inhale, exhale. Coming back to tabletop pose. Sway the hips and shoulders in an opposite direction. Maybe a cat and cow. And then we'll come into our first downward dog of the practice. Start to tuck the toes. Lift the hips. Start pedaling your dog. Lifting one foot and then the other. Imagine the hands pressing the mat away from you, as well as when you come to a still down dog, imagine the feet dragging the mat behind you. And also imagine, even though the feet aren't moving, as if you could spread your feet to the edges of the mat, ears line up with your bicep. Inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, bend the knees. Pause here in bear pose. Offer your heart space closer to the thighs. Rise up on the balls of the toes. We'll inhale, ripple forward to our first plank pose, which can be done on the knees or on the toes. Round through the shoulder blades. Knit the low ribs together. Isometrically draw the heels to the back of the mat. Exhale, down dog. We're going to take two more just like that, knees or toes. Inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, bend the knees. Inhale, ripple forward to your plank. The crown reaching in opposite direction of the heels. Pull the navel to spine. Round through the shoulders. Exhale, down dog. One more, just like that. Inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, bend the knees. Inhale, ripple forward to your plank. Again, knit the low ribs together. One line of energy from the crown to the toes. Exhale, downward dog. Take a falling out breath.
Inhale through the nose. Exhale, let it out. Inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, bend the knees, look forward. Take a slow step, maybe kicking the back to the top of the mat for a ragdoll forward fold. Release your head and neck and shoulders. You're welcome to take a cycle or two of breath here. Hugging, interlacing your arms to your front body. You can draw rainbows in the sand. You can hug in a forward fold, bringing the arms, as you can see, behind my knees. Or you may just like to interlace the hands and maybe they come towards the head. Releasing the fingertips at the bottom of your breath. Start to bring the big toes to touch. Leave a sliver of light between your heels. Inhale, halfway lift. Shoulders at the height of the hips. Gaze over the nose. Heart space comes forward. Draw the shoulder blades down to back. Exhale, fold. Another. Inhale, halfway lift. Shoulders at the height of the hips. Gaze over the nose. Hands at the shins. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise. Dig through those heels. As we come up, arms are forward and up. Squeeze your glutes and thighs. Knit the low ribs together. Pull the navel to the spine. From here, we'll take our arms where our hands are on top of our elbows. Take a breath in, lifting up, and then exhale, crescent moon. So inhale up, exhale to the right. Feel that stretch. Inhale, center. Exhale, we come left. Inhale, center. Release the arms. Exhale, forward fold. You're welcome to keep a soft bend in the knees. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Plant the palms. Bend your knees. Step back to plank, our first cobra. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, the knees, thighs, chest. Hands stay outside the ribs. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, cobra. Roll those shoulder blades back. Press the tops of the feet into the mat. Imagine the hands pulling behind you. Exhale, release. And then meet in a downward facing dog. Take a falling out breath. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, bend the knees. Look forward. Walk, step, or maybe for some, a hop to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Shoulders at the height of the hips. Gaze over the nose. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise. Dig through those heels. We'll interlace hands on top of the elbows. Inhale. Exhale, we crescent moon to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, we come left. Inhale, center. Maybe this time, hands come to heart center as you exhale, forward fold. Hinge at the hips. Heart space moves forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Plant the palms, bend the knees, step back to plank. Our first option for a chaturanga, which can be done on your knees or on your toes. I will take this on the toes. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, lower halfway. Hugging the elbows close to the side body. Shoulders above the elbows. Inhale through an upward facing dog. Maybe you float your thighs. And downward facing dog. Another opportunity for a falling out breath. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, let it out. Moving on from here. Inhale, lift the right leg up and back. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale it up. Exhale, right knee to right elbow. Over to the left. Back to the right. Inhale, three-legged dog. As you exhale, step the right foot in between your hands. Take a moment to lower the left knee and toes. Finding center. Starting to pull this right hip back. Left hip tucks forward. So dig and drag the right knee to the back of the mat. And tuck the left knee as if coming forward. Right hip back, left hip forward. When you're ready, Vinyasa, arms come up. Palms face one another. Pull the shoulder blades down the back. From here, we've been here before. Hands are going to come above the elbows. Take an inhale, and as you exhale, we're going to twist only to the right side with our crescent moon. Inhale, center. Exhale, plant the palms, sink back for a half split. Dig and drag this right heel to the back of the mat. Right toes come towards the nose. Try and take the arch from our back. Maybe that means fingertips graze the mat, or you can bring your hands to heart center. Take another breath in. From here, we come forward to our low lunge. Plant this right palm inside the right foot. Lift the left knee and toes. We'll come to a ninja lunges. This can be high or low, fast or slow, yogi's choice. Start to make your way to center. Heels start to come in, toes start to widen. Fingertip the palms. Take an inhale. From here, we're going to rise to a goddess pose. So push the mat away as you exhale. Come up and into goddess with another breath out. We'll pause here to shift from side to side in goddess. Options with your arms are to cactus the arms. They can also be at heart center. Or you can genie your arms. Yogi's choice. Breathing into this space. One more breath in. We inhale to star pose. Exhale to a warrior two pose. Right knee over right ankle. Root through the pinky edge of this left foot. Imagine you could scissor and squeeze the glutes and thighs, or imagine a block between the thighs. Bring the arms up, cactus wide, and then come to your good warrior two arms. One more breath in. Windmill the arms down to the mat to your lunge. Step the right leg back to plank. Your options are a cobra, chaturanga, or go straight to downward dog. As we come for the other side, inhale, lift the left leg up and back. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale it up. Exhale over to the left, to the right, to the left. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, step the left foot to meet your hands. Lower the right knee and toes. Take a moment to find center. When you're ready, bring the hands to your thigh. Dig the left heel to the back of the mat and tuck this right knee coming forward. So right hip forward, left hip back. When you're ready, Vinyasa, palms face one another. We drop the hands to the elbows, breath in, and we exhale, crescent moon to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, plant the palms, sink back for a half split. Left toes are now coming towards the nose. Dig and drag the left heel to the back of the mat. We try and take the arch from the back. So maybe the hands come to heart center if you took it on the other side. Pause and breathe. Inhale when you're ready, back to your low lunge. Place the left palm inside the foot. Lift the knee. We come to ninja lunges. This time I'm going to take them lower. But you can take what you did on the other side. start to come to center. Heels start to tuck in, toes start to widen. Use the fascia and the earth to push the mat away. We'll rise to our goddess. Take an inhale. Exhale, rise to goddess. Again, you can shift your weight here. Same options with your arms, so do what you took on the other side. Inhale, star. And exhale, warrior two to the top of your mat. Take a breath in the warrior two. Left knee over left ankle. Root through that pinky edge of the right foot. Again, imagine you're having a block between your thighs, squeezing the glutes, squeezing the thighs. We'll cactus the arms, come back to our good warrior two pose. Inhale, exhale, windmill the arms down, come into the lunge, step back to plank. Move through your options. We'll meet in downward dog. You're welcome to come down to tabletop. Sit back on the heels. An opportunity for a water break. And then we'll meet back on our mats. As we come to our downward dog pose, inhale, lift the right leg up and back. Exhale, knee to nose, round through the shoulders. Inhale it up. As you exhale, step the right foot in between the hands. Pause here, maybe you bend this left knee. Arms come forward and up, we rise to crescent. Right knee over right ankle. Left leg is long or soft bend the left knee. Dig and drag the right heel behind you, and the left knee tucks forward, palms face one another. Pull the shoulder blades down the back. As you exhale, bring the hands to heart center, Samastitihi, and pause here. Hinge forward 45 degrees, think locust back. And as you exhale, push the mat away as we come to warrior three. Square the hips and shoulders to the front of the room. Use your drishti, point your standing leg. Find the drishti. And when you're ready, you'll bend the right knee and softly come back to your crescent lunge. Arms will come up. Pause here. Take a breath, bring the hands to heart center. From here, we're going to take a lunge and a squat. So you may want to watch me first, maybe then pause the video and come back. So we'll take a lunge. We're going to step this left foot out and squat. Then you're going to come back and take another lunge and another squat. Then come back to your crescent, take a lunge, and we'll come back to star pose. And then into, as you exhale, goddess, shifting the weight, we've been here before. Then bring your hands to your hips. As you exhale to a wide-legged forward fold, pause here for a cycle or two of breath. Some options with your hands are to leave them in front. You can place them behind. You can also place them on your feet or ankles. You can leave them on your hips. Take another breath. Replant the palms. Inhale, halfway lift. So lifting up, neutral spine, flat back. Exhale, fold. Walk the fingertips back to the top of the mat. We'll take a twist. Left knee can stay high, or you can drop that if you need to. Plant the left palm. Root through the big toe mound of this right foot. We open up for a twist. Exhale, plant the right palm. Step your right leg back to plank. You know your options. We'll meet in downward dog. Taking a falling out breath so we can do the other side. Inhale, lift the left leg up and back. Exhale, knee to nose, round through the shoulders. Inhale it up. As you exhale, step the left foot in between the hands. Softly come up. Maybe a soft bend in that right knee. As we come to our crescent, arms forward and up. Bend the left knee over your left ankle. Right leg is long or soft bend the right knee. Dig and drag the left heel back. Tuck the right knee coming forward. When you're ready, hands come to heart center. We'll hinge forward. Pause here. When you're ready, we meet in warrior 3 on your exhale. Square the hips and shoulders. Heart space comes forward. Use the drishti. Breathe. When you're ready, bend the left knee. We softly come back to our lunge. Bring the hands to heart center. We're going to take 2 lunge squats. Exhale, lower. Step it out. Give me a squat. Come back. Exhale, lower. Step it out. Give me a squat. Come back. Back to the lunge. We exhale, lower. We meet in star. From here, we'll exhale the goddess. Pausing here. Another breath. Hands come to the hips. Exhale, wide-legged forward fold. Plant the palms. Same options with your hands. They can stay here. Come to the feet. Behind you. You might also like to take a twist. Plant the left palm, right arm reaches. We exhale, lower. Plant the right palm, twisting open on the left side, reaching. And lower. Walk the fingertips back to the top of your mat. Pause. Step the left leg back. Move through your options. We meet in downward dog. Come down to the knees. Another opportunity to grab some water and towel off. And then we'll play with Titibasana. So now is the time that we're going to play with Titibasana. A couple things before we get underway. If moving through Titibasana is not a posture you feel ready to play with, that is certainly fine. And also if you're strapped for time, I would suggest maybe coming back to the standing flow we just did and repeating that before you move into the floor work before Shavasana. Or if you want to play with Titibasana, that's what we're going to progress to next, and then we'll meet back for the remaining postures to bring us through to Shavasana. So to play with Titibasana, you can come at it from 2 positions. One is during a flow, it can be incorporated when you're in a goddess pose. And then the second I have played with, if I felt very warm and open, is from a forward fold. Also know that this is a challenging balance to be doing. And depending on your hamstrings and your anatomy, and if you're sore, you may not get the legs as straight, but that's certainly okay. That can come with time. Just getting into the position and floating in the position, even if the knees are somewhat bent, it is all success. Every incremental step. Okay, so from a goddess pose, and so maybe you want to spend some time staying in a goddess pose, but from goddess, you can come down, start to position the feet as if they're in sort of a star pose. And the goal is to be able to make a shelf with your arms for your thighs, and then gripping the mat so that the feet start to float. So that is an option. Again, you want to be able to sit back
Thinking chaturanga arms, making that shelf for your bottom so that you can tip your bottom down, push through the hands, push through the shoulders, and then the feet start to float. So that's one way. And then another option that you might prefer is from a forward fold. So I'm going to show you that. So your feet come roughly hips distance apart, or actually maybe a little bit wider. As you come into your forward fold, your goal is to place your hands behind the heels so that you can sink, similar like we did before. This is just more narrow, creating that shelf. And then floating up. So there you go. You can also continue to practice where you might bring your feet forward and actually cross them on top of one another. That's also a movement you can play with. So just maybe pause, play around with these two different options, and see if one feels more comfortable for you to continue to practice. And with that, we'll come back to our downward dog. Maybe you need a falling out breath. I'm going to take one. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, let it out. Inhale, lift your right leg up and back. Exhale, knee to nose. Notice how you feel. Inhale it up. And as you exhale, we'll take half pigeon. So bring the right knee outside the right wrist. Create an L shape with your front leg. Left leg comes long. Point the toes to the back of the room. You're welcome to stay high. Or you may come to your forearms, trying to keep the spine neutral, flat back. If it's in your practice, you can rest entirely on the mat. Coming back to the Ujjayi breath. When you're ready, we'll slowly press up. Sink our hip. We're going to come to our mermaid twist. We've taken this before in class. So coming high on the sits bones. Inhale the arms up. As you exhale, we're going to hug this left knee towards the front body, and the left fingertips are going to graze the mat. Maybe the gaze goes behind you or to your left. Breathe. Slowly come back through center. You're welcome to take a counter stretch. So coming over to the right side, pressing back up. Bring that left leg back around to our downward dog. We'll come to the other side. Inhale the left leg up and back. Exhale, knee to nose. Notice how you feel. Inhale it up. Exhale, half pigeon. Left knee outside the left wrist. Same options you took on the other side. Coming halfway down or to the mat. Right leg long, right toes point behind you on the mat. Keep the spine neutral. Coming back to the Ujjayi. We'll slowly press up when you're ready. Inhale. Sink over to this left hip. Right leg's going to come around. You might need to reposition to your sits bone. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, we take the twist, hugging now the right leg towards you, and the right fingertips come behind you on the mat. Think cupcake fingers. Maybe your gaze follows. We'll inhale to center when you're ready, taking that counter stretch if you took it on the other side. Coming back up, swing this right leg around. We come back to downward dog. Our last downward dog of the practice. Maybe you soft bend the knees, feel the spine, press the mat away with the fingertips,
Imagine the mat being dragged with your feet. Inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, bend the knees. Look forward. Walk, step to a seat. Widen the knees. We'll softly come down onto the mat and rock back. Resting on the mat, grab your knees. Start to shift your weight from side to side. We'll take a supine twist, tee out the arms, plant the feet, lift the hips, shift them to the left. And as you exhale, drop the knees and toes. Maybe you extend the top leg for an IT band stretch. And you're welcome to gaze left. Breathe. When you're ready, we'll come back to center, replant the feet. Shift them up, drop them now to my right. And as I exhale, supine twist now to the left side body. Gazing towards you on my right side. We'll come back to center. Any last posture you need to take for 2 cycles of breath. I'm going to take Supta Baddha Konasana if you want to join me. The soles of the feet touch, knees come wide. You can place one hand on your heart and one on the chest. Soft gaze or shut the eyes, taking 2 cycles of breath. And when you're ready, take the knees like a book, bringing them together. Draw the knees to the chest, reach the arms to the heels, bottom of the feet. Your nose comes towards your knees. We'll hug using every muscle, sealing this beautiful gift, taking the opportunity to dream on your mat for 3, 2, and 1. We release, surrender on the mat to your Shavasana.
Splay out the heels and toes. Release the shins, your knees, the thighs. Root the hip points to the mat. Release the core and chest. Shoulders, roll them to the mat, to the back. Release the forearms. Palms are open to receive. And release the face. Your chin, cheeks, eyes, brow, and the sweet top of your head. Notice the support that is under you, around you, and within you. Shavasana. Slowly coming back to your mat, back to your body. Just notice what it feels like to be in your body. Begin to wiggle your fingers and toes. Maybe you touch each finger to your thumb. And slowly begin to draw your toes to touch and reach the arms above your head to take a good morning wake-up stretch. Inhale through your nose, send the breath as if to your toes. And as you exhale, slowly begin to bring your knees towards your chest and softly rock from side to side. And then make your way over to your right side, using your right arm as a pillow, and pause here on the mat. Pause to thank yourself for coming to the mat, to thank your body for what it just did for you during your practice. A dream is a wish your heart makes. Follow them. You'll know the way. When you're ready, slowly press your way up to an easy seat, joining me at the top of your mat to take one last falling out breath together. Hands will come to heart center. Inhale through your nose. Exhale, let it out. Inhale the thumb to third eye center, center of intuition. As you exhale, bow forward. The light in me honors this light and beauty, and the yogis have joined for this practice, for I'm so forever grateful. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining for this practice. If you like this video, I hope you'll give it a thumbs up and hope you'll subscribe. Stay tuned for next week. We'll be covering the letter E in the Wellbeing series A to Z. Namaste.